Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we're playing a little bit of Azorius Metalwork. So this will be the last video that I put out before Pioneer Masters lands, and the reason we're playing this deck is that we know, somewhat disappointingly, that one of the cards that isn't coming in Pioneer Masters is Sanctum of Ugin, which is a deck which is a card which she's playing the Pioneer version of this deck. So we are just going to kind of round off this era of Explorer, which may well be the end of Explorer, using this particular deck. So the new card that we're running is Leyline Axe. So this is a particularly interesting addition. Like all Leyline cards, if it begins the game in your opening hand, then you can just put it on the battlefield. So it's a 4-mana artifact equipment you can equip for 3, and it says equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has double strike and trample. So you start with one of these on the battlefield, and suddenly your Metalwork Colossus is already starting to get cheaper. For those who haven't seen this before, Metalwork Colossus is a 10/10 for 11, but it costs X less to cast, but X is the total mana value of non-creature artifacts you control, and you can sacrifice 2 artifacts to return it from your graveyard to your hand. So we have enablers like Brass Knuckles, which produces 8 total mana of artifacts, and Leyline Axe now to just help us power this out as quickly as possible. This deck is also running Simulacrum Synthesizer, so this is a very, very powerful card. It's a 3-mana artifact. When it enters, scry 2, and whenever another artifact you control with mana value 3 or greater enters, you basically create a construct, so a 0/0 construct artifact creature token with this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Obviously, these trigger off additional copies of Synthesizer, they trigger off Brass Knuckles, they trigger off Metalwork Colossus. So yeah, it's a very good card in the right build. Then the rest of the deck is just about kind of enabling our best cards. So we've got cheap artifacts with Portable Hole, Early Removal, Moonsnare Prototype, which adds mana as well. Lava Spur Boots is just a good equipment for sticking on a Metalwork Colossus. Then we've got Fabrication Foundry, so this helps ramp us into more artifact spells as well as bringing other stuff back. Ingenious Smith lets us find the artifacts that we want. The Iron Crag is also a mana rock. And Wedding Invitation just gives us some extra cards and potentially allows us to just punch through in one go with our Metalwork Colossus. I mean, if we have a Colossus with Leyline Axe unblocked, it's going to do 22 damage, so that's always worth paying attention to, that Wedding Invitation can do that for us. So yeah, pretty simple main deck. Then blue-white kind of is what we're going with here, as much as it is mostly artifacts. They are all in blue and white, so we've got some dual lands as you'd expect, some Inventors Fairs, just to give us a bit of life while we kind of durdle our way into what we're doing, as well as potentially in the late game allowing us to just go and get one of the artifacts that we want from our deck. Spire of Industry does a similar kind of thing. Yes, and then an Iganjo and Otawara as well. And in the sideboard, we've got some Rest in Peace just to deal with those graveyard decks. Damping Sphere, shutting down those decks which try and play lots of lands, as well as play sort of multiple mana producing lands, I should say, as well as multiple spells each turn. Knockout Blow, good at taking down particularly red creatures against those kind of aggro decks. Metallic Rebuke, very, very good, very, very good counter spell in a deck like this. And we've got Karn, Scion of Urza, so this is an interesting Planeswalker. Doesn't see a huge amount of play, but pleased to see it here in the sideboard. So 4 mana for a 5 loyalty Planeswalker. +1 lets the opponent pick one of the cards from the top two of our library to put into our hand, and we exile the other. -1, we can put one of those exile cards into our hand, and then -2 we get to create some constructs. So just to kind of add to the ones which we have with the Synthesizer. And then Mystic Forge as well, which is kind of an archetype all of its own in older formats, but in this particular one, it's just letting us cast artifacts from the top of our library and also get rid of stuff on the top of our library that we don't really want, so it allows us to filter our cards in that way. So yeah, that is the deck. So some metal work, should be some interesting games. So yeah, let's go on to the ladder. Thank you very much for watching. As ever, like and subscribe if you haven't already. As I say, the next video will be in the era of Pioneer Masters, so that's going to be very exciting. So look forward to that, and yeah, let's see how we go on with this in the meantime. Right, let's get to work. I am going to keep this. On the face of it, this hand doesn't do anything, but hopefully Fabrication Foundry and a couple of other things will get us to where we need to be. Okay, Metalwork Colossus is a decent draw. So if the opponent's on Rakdos, they don't really have many good answers to artifacts, which is good. So we could Foundry next turn, then Foundry into Synthesizer, and that'll give us a 7 mana reduction on our Metalwork Colossus. So yeah, we should be going places, providing the opponent has not disappeared. Nope, they're still here. Okay, Harvester is a card. Brass Knuckles, eh? Okay, well, let's play a Foundry. Just carry on doing our thing. And a fear of missing out is fine just by itself. We are going to take a bit of damage here. So the opponent's playing Mardu, actually, not just Rakdos. Right, so let's Fabrication Foundry into Simulacrum Synthesizer. I quite fancy a portable hole here. Don't think we need any more Brass Knuckles. So, we just need to survive this turn, which hopefully shouldn't be too difficult. We will get hit for 5 here. But we are going to have a pretty dominant board position after that. So, let's play some Brass Knuckles. Followed by Metalwork Colossus. Followed by another Metalwork Colossus. Now we'll stick their Harvester in a hole. Our Knuckles on one of these. So they're in pretty rough shape here, I would imagine. Okay, Overlord by itself doesn't worry me too much. Ooh, do they have Greasefang? Is the question. No, okay, but we know what we're up against now. So we do want the old Rest in Peace to come in here, so we'll take all 4 copies of that. Knockout Blow is actually pretty decent here, so let's put that in. Take out Portable Hole. Sorcery Speed Removal is a bit rubbish here. And we'll ditch the Wedding Invitations as well. Yeah, I think we did a pretty decent job to win that. Stick in a couple of Metallic Rebukes actually as well. I think we did a pretty decent job to win that first game, given we didn't have much to interact with them if they did have a Greasefang. No. Rest in peace, but we do have Metallic Rebuke, so... Well, maybe not anymore. Ooh, fancy Thought Seizers as well. La-dee-da. Yep, that makes sense. Well, they're certainly going hard for my hand here. And I'm not doing anything at all, really, so I'll just durdle away to myself. Okay, Rest in Peace is a good draw, so we'll play that. We'll exile their graveyard. And now we wait. I'll take this down now. Go to 22. They're not really doing anything, but let's be honest. Neither am I. That's pretty cheeky. Well, we're not having the best time right now. Okay, Smith is a good card. We'll take a Simulacron Synthesizer. Hopefully we can then scry into some decent stuff. Anything that will trigger Synthesizer. Yep, Metalwork Colossus will do. And I'll take another knockout blow as well, because why not? They're short of things to do here. So on the off chance they can't kill my Colossus, I'll stick a Leyline Axe on it now. Then we've only got one turn. That's a shame, isn't it? Oh well. Fortunately, it can come back. But we'll give it a minute. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Yep. Gain a life. Sticker. Start threatening the opponent's life total. I would like another artifact to sacrifice, because at the moment I don't really want to lose the Leyline Axe. What's the opponent up to? Ooh, interesting. Okay, well, let's take down their harvester. Hard casting overlord. Okay. Right. Let's grab a Moonsnare prototype. Play an Inventor's Fair. Now they have no choice but to block with their Overlord. Okay, no, they're just gonna die. Fair enough. I understand. Yeah, I'll always take being on the play in this build. So let's have a Moonsnare prototype. Is there a way for me to play the Smith and also stick this in a hole? I don't believe so. So I think we should just get rid of it. Ah, but I can do it the other way around, which is not quite as ideal, because you don't get the +1/+1 counter, but we will take it. Okay, that's an interesting hand. Let's take another portable hole, just in case they have more elves to follow up with. And they do. Okie dokie. So, portable hole. Get rid of another elf. Fabrication foundry. Reduces the cost of my Colossus to 6, which I can play next turn. So they're green devotioning all over the place here. Ooh, what does this do? Oof, that's pretty cheeky. But they do have to give me a card, which I can live with. Wedding invitation. Draw. Leyline Axe. And pass. Shame, just 1 mana short of also playing the Colossus. But that's okay, that can wait until next turn. Our life total is not under a huge amount of threat here. Well... Ooh, yes. Hold back. Please do. Excellent. Can live with that all day long. I was hoping for a simulacrum synthesizer here, but can't have everything, I suppose. What does this second ability do? Exile one or more artifacts you... Okay. Well, that's cool. Offer the trade. I think they will struggle to deal with an 11/11 double striking trampler, but who am I to say? And I can make it unblockable next turn. Okay, 6 green mana. Kiora is a good start.
Drywalker, something truly spectacular. The ocean surges, life thrives.
So they could flip Uvenwald here. Doesn't really do much by itself. Oh. What? Who is main decking Vivian Reed in the year 2024? Well, that's quite annoying, isn't it?
Nature speaks, and I listen.
Okay, well, I'll take 9 here, I suppose. You know, because why not? And let's sack our Moon Snare and our Foundry. Bring our Metalwork Colossus back. Gain a life. Play Metalwork. Now I think we're just hoping we survive. Main decking Vivian Reed. Where the hell do you think you are? So they can pretty much produce infinite mana here. It's just a case of how much can they actually do? To which we can only hope the answer is not that much. 14 mana. Yep. And to storm the festival, is it? And another Nykthos, which gives them access to more cards and more mana. It's, you know, we'll... because they still haven't actually killed me.
You have your family. I have mine.
Yeah, okay, now they have. Fair enough. Just one turn short there, never mind. Well, Damping Sphere is good. So is Metallic Rebuke. And Rest in Peace probably isn't. There's probably not justification enough for playing that. So I do want Lava Spur Boots here. What am I less fussed about? I think Brass Knuckles can go. So can one of our Moon Snares. I don't mind playing it a little on the slow side here. Yeah, Storm the Festival alone I don't think is enough to justify Rest in Peace. Well, it's a decent hand for drawing Metalwork Colossus. Nice. This is the disadvantage of this deck, is that sometimes you will just sit and do nothing at all. Like now. Yeah, let's rebuke that. Don't want it hanging around in my face. Okay, it's all elves all the time. Well, Damping Sphere is a card that exists. But apart from that, we now have nothing to do, so we draw into something good. They're enjoying themselves over there. Wedding Invitation gets us another card. That's not really what I had in mind, TBH. Go on then.
There's something almost feral about this city. I like it. You can't bury the creatures of this world in steel and stone.
Proven World's Oddity, sure. So I take 10 here. Make it a good one. Trouble is, they're just going to kill it with Vivian Reed. If I had a way to give it haste. I don't believe I do. No, it can't be blocked. Yeah, that is sad. Main decking Vivian Reed. Who'd have thunk it? Right, let's try again. Yep, this is okay. Some early interaction. Godless Shrine, you say? Interesting. Well, I will be patient here. Another Greasefang deck by the look of it. Don't love seeing Parhelion. So, Wedding Invitation. Stick that in a hole, but then I think we might be in some trouble if they have the turn 3 Greasefang. Which they do not. Okay, well that gives us some respite. Probably not for hugely long with this Overlord ticking away. Yeah, let's play Brass Knuckles. Pass the turn. Yeah, just losing the portable hole I don't mind too much here. That I do mind. That I mind quite a lot. Okay, so let's stick in Metallic Rebuke, Rest in Peace, a couple of knockout blows, just like we did before. We'll take out portable holes. What else can we lose here? Lose the wedding invitations, the iron crag, and one of our brass knuckles. This is awkward in colours of mana, but I don't think I can say no to it, so just hope we draw a blue source at some point. Looks like we're about to get thought seized. Jerez is going to take our rest in peace, which is flippin' annoying. Well, if we can ever draw a blue land, then we're laughing all the way to the same Simulacrum Synthesizer Bank. But it's another Overlord. Yeah, this new version of Greasefang seems good. And I can't do anything, so... Okay, they don't have Greasefang at least. Ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, just draw 3 metallic rebukes, no blue lands, because, you know, which is the one that we have more copies of in the deck? Oh well, we can quickly move on from that one. We'll have to try this new version of Greasefang at some point. Okay, I'll keep that hand as much as I don't love it. Ooh, an aggro deck, eh? Well, let's stick their command who faces Kakazan in a portable hole, because otherwise it's just going to cause us endless problems. An Eidolon of the Great Revel. Well, that's annoying. Okay, we're getting a boatload of damage here. Sadly, I'm going to have to take some more to play this wedding invitation. Okay, brass knuckles will help. It will make our Metalwork Colossus free next turn. But we do actually have to survive that long, and it's not looking hugely hopeful at this point. Okay, that hits us to 4. Yeah, that'll take us to 1. Well, you can't do much about that, so fair enough. So, definitely want Knockout Blow in this matchup. I think that is basically all the sideboarding we need to do. Take our brass knuckles, far too slow. And just go from there, I think. Simple. Keepable hand, unfortunately. This one's okay, so we'll keep hold of it. We are relying heavily on Simulacrum Synthesizer getting it done for us here. So I'll take that out. Play Lava Spur Boots to eventually fire up one of our big creatures. No, 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 go away. And another Eidolon. Oof. Knockout blow's pretty good, but for the meantime, let's play a Leyline Axe. Trigger our synthesizer. It's a 5/5. How much damage are they willing to do to themselves? Well, that's not going to help. Am I dead? Feels pretty lethal here, doesn't it? Well, that's... Yes. Oh, well, that didn't go very well at all, did it? Oh, we drew some bad hands, I think, and some of our opponents got very fortunate. Like, we should never have lost that second game there, but never mind. Still, an interesting performance, very uneven. I'm sure there's something that needs to be fiddled with this deck. I mean, I don't think it's very competitive anyway, but let me know if you've had any success with a better version of it. But here's the deck list for your thoughts. Always appreciate comments, likes, subscribes, all of the things. And yeah, I will see you next time.